welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly Stevens. I'm the author of the young adult fantasy novel Firian Rising, and this is English Nerd. So today I wanted to do a third installment in the Wow, These Covers Are Truly Hideous series. That's not really a series, but I'll link the other two videos that I've done below because there are more, ever more, covers that are just hideous on books. Good covers really matter to just the whole book experience and buying and everything. I was really lucky with the cover that I got for my book, but other people sadly have not been so lucky. Now, some of the books I'm about to show you are actually good books, but you wouldn't know it from the cover because it either doesn't match anything about what's inside the book, or it's well, let's just get started, shall we? If you watched my day in the life video, which came out 2 weeks ago, it was the one where I talked about All Is True, the Shakespeare movie. Anyway, I briefly showed some of the ugly Lord of the Rings books that I've been collecting. You may or may not know, but this bottom shelf here, you can kind of see, this is my Tolkien collection of books. I have more Tolkien-y things, but those are elsewhere, but this is all Lord of the Rings, pretty much. I like some of Tolkien's other stuff, but not a ton. It's just Lord of the Rings is it. So, all that to say, I've collected some really beautiful collector's copies of Lord of the Rings, and I've also collected some hideous, horrifying covers of Lord of the Rings that make me laugh endlessly. So we're going to start with those. Okay, my first terrible, terrible cover is this one, A Fellowship of the Ring. It's in the same series or edition as the Legolas and Gimli cover that I showed earlier. The only one I don't have is Return of the King, which has Aragorn on it. But let's just take a look at this. Now, this is Gandalf, of course. Frodo, I think, is the mental patient behind him. Now, why? That's it, just why? This is just so hideous. It's Frodo that gets me. Look at that face. There's really not much more that needs to be said about this. Lord of the Rings is a book that has changed my life for the better, but would you know it from this cover? No, you would not. No, you would not. Now, the second book that I have is, shock and awe, another copy of Fellowship of the Ring. This one just gets better and better the closer you look at it. This is the cover series that Tolkien is on record for saying that he feels like he was in a mental hospital, that people ever even read it. Let's look at some of the details. The details are the most shocking. Okay, so what we have here is a tree, of course. There are weird bulbs on the tree. None of that is mentioned in anywhere in Lord of the Rings, certainly that I'm aware of, and I've read the book several times. We have something that might be Hobbiton over here. That is probably the most relevant thing on this entire cover. We have this fun little frog who's unamused by being there. Emus, because what fantasy cover is not complete without emus or lizards? Now, if we look further down, we have a couple other creatures here. We have, let's see if we can get that in focus. So we have these little slithery things. Not sure what they are. They look kind of like the Muppets in the Mana song. We have some kind of, I don't know, Chinese dragon or something creeping on the side there. Basically, this is just comedy gold. And there's a whole series. It creates a whole panorama of nonsense. This is the only one that I've managed to find before, and as you can see, it's not in great condition or anything, but I regret nothing. Notice it says the authorized edition here. Sadly, this is the authorized edition. There was an unauthorized one, as you saw in the Day in the Life video. Okay, so moving away from Tolkien then, another author that I like, I guess I've only read one of her books, Howl's Moving Castle, but it was really good, is Diana Wynne Jones. Howl's Moving Castle is delightful. It is a happy sort of romp through fantasy. I wasn't a huge fan of the Studio Ghibli film. It's just not really my taste, but the book was awesome. So I decided to buy the sequel to Howl's Moving Castle, which is called Castle in the Air, despite the fact that the cover looks like this. Do you see that? Do you see how ugly that is? The heck is this? The heck is that? I mean, I don't. If I were the artist here, I don't think I would put my name on there. I mean, the Taj Mahal looks very nice. That part's good, but who wants this on a cover? It's so ugly. It's so hideous. I mean, even if this is a character in the story, if that's the case, that's fine. Why would you put this on your cover? It's very unappealing. So one of these days I will read this because I like Howl's Moving Castle and I trust Diana Wynne Jones to give me a good time, but whew, that is rough. Okay, next one is a book from Magic the Gathering, the game or whatever. But I got it for the cover. It's called Final Sacrifice, and the images remind me a little bit of the Mystery Science Theater movie, The Final Sacrifice, the one with Zap Rousdower, if you know anything about Mystery Science Theater. If you don't, that's fine. It's pretty dorky. But let's take in some of these details here. So we obviously have this mostly naked man with antlers, antler helmet. I don't know, maybe sacrificing, I don't know what's being sacrificed here exactly, because she has an axe. Is she the one who's, is he telling her to sacrifice something in this fire? It's kind of hard to tell. He has minions, you'd think they could do it for him, these like Skeletor looking guys. So lots of confusion here. Oh wait, no, it's not a woman. I think that is a guy. I mean, look at those arms. It's either a guy, a very feminine looking guy, or it's a very bodybuilding sort of girl. So I just don't quite know what's going on here, and I'm not quite sure that I want to know what's going on here. And we're on to the last one. This is called All the Way to the Gallows by David Drake. I don't think it needs any more introduction than that. I really have no idea what even to do with this. No noose is good news. And then like the foot of God or something comes to squish this Halo character. What am I... Like, what kind of person does this appeal to? Apart from me, who looks specifically for covers that are so unconscionably hideous that I make videos about them. Is that Earth in the background? Are we supposed to be on another planet? The grass does look kind of huge. Like, maybe this is a teeny tiny Ant-Man situation, and then this is like the toddler of death or something. I really don't. I don't know. Oh! If you look inside that mask for a second. I know you probably don't want to look at this any longer, but is that a lizard creature, perhaps? It only has 3 fingers, whatever it is. So, whew, that was quite the journey that you all took with me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. These hideous covers. I know I love videos like this. If you want me to make more of them, let me know below. I keep my eyes open for things like this because I just can't resist a hideous cover, and God only knows why there are so many of them out there, like I said. Anyway, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already for some good English nerdiness. Like this video if you like it. Make sure to pre-order Firian Rising, which is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye.